say,
top Billin. Fly, Eagles, fly. Listen, you have to look at some of these glue guys. Some of these guys that stood out to me, number one being Milton Williams. I've been looking for Milton Williams. Remember, I done publicized this guy all offseason there, and he did not disappoint. A lot of people were wondering about Milton Williams against the run, and you matter of fact, check this out right here. You can see my man right here lined up at a 5 technique. I want you to look at this move right here to make this solo tackle. Oh, burp the baby. Ooh, slice the man. Pause. Gotta pause that. Look at that. Burp the baby. Man, I can't wait for the all-22 to come out so I can get some real angles on this one. But check this out right here. Came through, right, firing off the ball. Burp the baby. Hit that man right in his back. Cleared all that gout and colic out and shit like that. Burped his ass. Sent him to the ground, right? Fertilized him. Then look at him. Stay in your ground law right in that gap. He's coming through slicing. Look at that. Milton Williams right there, 1 yard gain, right? That's how you replace a Javon Hargrave and people like that. My man Milton Williams, as a matter of fact, I believe he opened up the game with a similar play. Let's check that out. All right, so I have to show this right here. Remember the angst? I came back, 8-9 months ago when my man Sean Desai was hired, of course, covering him with the Seattle coverage here on the channel. I said what? He runs a 3-4 defense. Is this not a damn 3-4? This is the first play of the season right here. You got your 3 down linemen, right? Jordan Davis in the game at a 0 technique. And, of course, you have Fletcher Cox here, I believe, at a 5 technique. And then over there you have Milton Williams at a 3 technique. Hassan Reddick right here, they tried to flex him off with this 2-by-1 formation. But then he motions to base, right? He comes to base right there. Then you're in your normal 3-4 set. Watch Milton Williams here. Watch him fire off, stand his ground, wall and discard. Hard to see right here, right? Really tough, but you can see him on the tackle right there. Hassan Reddick coming over to assist afterwards there. But he's not getting blown off the ball. This is something that people were talking about. Can he defend the run? People were saying, oh, he looks like he's explosive against the pass, but can he defend the run? Look at him. Right here. He's not getting re-anchored himself. He's standing his ground right there, right? And then he shrugs big Trent Brown aside, one of the biggest linemen there is, discards him, and then gets in on it, right? Wall and discard. Perfect example of that. Milton Williams doing work against the run. Did you not see the damn run defense? That shit was off the chain right there. That was a focus of mine in the offseason to say, man, that has to improve. It hurt us in the Super Bowl, no doubt about that. But then, of course, listen, Game one on the road in the pouring rain against the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick on Tom Brady Day. The day they honor Tom Brady, so you know them boys is fired up. We're in the Super Bowl, so you're going to get everybody's Super Bowl performance. That's a lot of shit stacked up against you. And number one, not playing the starters in preseason. I hate how football is done with certain teams these days. Back in the day, Coach Reed would play you into the damn third quarter during preseason. These guys don't play in the preseason. Then you get a week off before you even play a game. You talk about being rusty. There's only so much stuff you can simulate in practice, even in joint practices, right? It's got to be that game day atmosphere, suiting up, the way plays are run, the sequencing and everything like that, being on the sideline, you can't simulate that in practice. As much as you would try, right, in your intra-squad scrimmages, it's just different going against a different opponent. With all that stacked up against you, still came out with a victory. That's hard. Come on, you guys out there, man, got to get that thong about your ass if you're complaining about some shit like that. You're not going to blow every team out. This is the NFL, Jack. You know what I mean? Win in advance. Survive in advance. All right, a couple of people who stood out to me as well. One being, of course, Jalen Carter. I did something on him real quick after the game on his sack at the end of the game there. Check that out if you haven't. Maybe I'll tack it in on this one too. And, of course, my boy Reed Blankenship. People still trying not to give that man his props, and we know why. But look, your man Jalen Carter right here. Look at his move. Get him going, work that upfield shoulder, and then bang. Path of least resistance straight to the quarterback. Let's get back to that right quick. That's nasty. You saw Milton Williams doing it. You see Jalen Carter right here, two young cats on the defensive line. Look at that. Getting upfield, getting upfield, right? He wants him to commit to that side, right? He knows he wants to go back inside, work back inside right there, gets him to commit upfield, and then uses his momentum against himself. Look at that. Upfield shoulder, shrugs that off. My man right here, he's seeing shit from a different angle right here. He all looking the wrong way and shit. He got sent direction to the sideline. He's like, Coach, can you help me out here? Nah, can't help you, baby. Jalen Carter with the flush right there. Mac Jones with an exit plan. Reed Blankenship played him. Look at that. Your boy Blankenship pretending like he's beat on the play just to make Mac Jones go to this guy, right? He manipulated this man, and then look at the closing speed right there because the sideline is your friend. Oh, look at the athleticism, FBI by Reed Blankenship, almost getting himself a pick. That shit was hard. And great athleticism by Jalen Carter, too, and he's just getting started. He has a bevy of pass rush moves. Woo-wee. Nakobe Dean, right? I know he got injured, and of course that sucks right there, but Nakobe Dean was playing like his head was on fire when he was out there. The man was doing a good job. Darius Slay, too. Slay has some damn good plays in here. I like this play by Slay because it goes towards football, not necessarily just covering somebody. Check this out. He made this play. House Slay. Look at that. You saw that right there? Slay takes ownership, right? Takes ownership right here and seals the edge. He forces this play back inside so Nakobe Dean and everybody could come fill. Look at that. Absolutely perfect right there. That ends up, could have been a bigger gain than it was right there. Ends up being, I think, a 1 yard gain or something like that, if that. Now, on this one right here, this is where I think we definitely have to work on this. This is some shit that you can't really get in preseason. We'll let it roll first and foremost. Check this out. These guys are rolling with these switch releases, and we're absolutely destroying the Eagles on the inside with a lot of the switch releases right there, catching them in man coverage. You see Bradbury right here in man coverage, right? They have to be able to banjo this, right? This right here, you would go ahead and pass this off on a banjo coverage. You pass this off to Maddox. He would then take the inside receiver. Bradbury would then swing around to Juju Smith-Schuster coming out here, and then that would be that. Instead, you get the wires crossed. Smith-Schuster is already open. You had Nakobe Dean right here. I'm not sure if he's lost in the sauce. He meets that inertia and then stands and plays that shallow zone. So I'm not sure who's wrong right here. It could be Dean, because I don't see why you would just put him in zone and have everybody else in man, because then you don't have any flat coverage, right? You don't have any coverage out to the flat right there. You can see Gesicki right here floating. Then that becomes too easy for him. Nobody out there. So if it was man coverage, then you would think Nakobe Dean or one of the safeties would have your boy Gesicki here. Now, some of Sean Desai's principles aren't that easy to get. You get a lot of combination coverage here. So this would be man on skill. However, it looks like it has some type of zone element to it, at least from Slay's standpoint here. So if Slay, who doesn't follow his receiver on the inside, they have to adjust for this. You see the three on three here, right? You would think that they will play this with zone all the way across the board with man principles, because you end up having a kind of a clear out route here by the tight end. Get kind of a same deal right here with a little bit of an in-breaking portion here. But then you get the outside receiver working inside. So if you see that there, you would think that Maddox would stay home and follow the inside receiver, or at the very least, you would get Nakobe Dean staying home this time. But this time, he approaches the line of scrimmage, and it looks like Zach Cunningham backs out, and then he goes as well. The wires are crossed here. That's why you got to get these guys more playing time in certain situations right there. So then you end up just having somebody running free. Look at this. If Maddox is flowing, and then look, running free, all that space, air, and opportunity right there, that's tough. That's tough. Then you get Justin Evans, look at all the space he has, and he immediately pedals, right? He's immediately on the pedal. He's not approaching the line of scrimmage at all. Look at him on the pedal right there. That's too much space. Absolutely too much space. They could have just ran and just shot played this and just ran behind some people there. So I don't know. A lot of this stuff looks fixable. It's from the pass from the passing game standpoint, but that rushing defense was already there, at least against this team. But this team has some really good run personnel with Ramondre Stevenson, of course, Ezekiel Elliott, and then some of the guys that they have up front on the offensive line. So it's a run-based outfit there, and they were able to shut that down. So you want Mac Jones throwing the ball a million times there. You just have to be able to not have these type of blunders. One thing you have to take into account is your boy Bill O'Brien, right? My boy Bill O'Brien, right? Former Penn State coach. Listen, that man with those switch releases and those area jaunts, you have to pay attention to that. He's catching them in man coverage, but switching the area the receivers are being released from and where they're going. So if you have man coverage right here, Maddox on the tip of the spear here, you get Bradbury outside. What did I say about Bradbury in that last piece that I did on him? Shuffle, butt to the sideline, outside leverage, zone corner. Him in pure man coverage, I don't like. Not at all right there. And then you get Reed Blankenship here on the tight end. What they do on this one is you get, once again, one of those flat routes here by the outside receiver, in breaking routes by the tip of the spear, and then you get kind of a bang 8 post by the outside receiver. James Bradbury, he gets torched on this one, absolutely torched, and he did what I hate. Look at this. Is that a speed turn, Cletus? A speed turn. Matter of fact, let's look at this one a little closer so you can see how dumb this technique is. So every time a speed turn comes up, like it did with Eli Ricks in the preseason, where he did make a play on I want to say it was a out route, a deep out, a comeback or something like that. He made the play on it. To me, it's still one of the dumbest techniques you can use. We see right here, your boy JB immediately commit for some odd reason to inside leverage. He's pushing it outside. So inside leverage, to me, it doesn't really make sense right now because you can still be in your pedal phase and you can be JB, have the sideline be your friend and work outside in. Instead, he commits and then look, bang, my man sticks that foot in the ground. JB, no, he's done right there. Instead of flipping his hips, right? Flipping his hips. This hip right here, flip this way. Just like they teach it, right? There's a reason why you teach something like this. It is the quickest way to reverse course. Flip that hip like that. No, you get JB right here. My man comes and turns all the way around. It's still a turn. There's nothing speed about it. Not a damn speed turn. Look at that. Then you put yourself out of position. You turn like that, your body momentum is going to take you. He's already separated. Lucky the route wasn't more inside, then he would have been super beat. The route actually goes a little bit more upfield, which helps him out a little bit. But you can't control where the route is going. But they throw it upfield some, and nothing really JB could do about this, right? He's super out of position just from the little things right there. JB in the slot and shit like that, where he has a two-way go, not that agile. I tried to say it before, not that agile at all. And I wouldn't want to see him in this guy's agile, Anthony Maddox here. If he's healthy, he needs to be in the slot right there. But this is poor technique by JB. And great play calling by Bill O'Brien there. You can see Reed Blankenship driving on the tight end right there, Gesicki. So that put that void, right? That took that void out of that too high shell that they were running. Let's see if you can see it from this direction right here. If you can see the too high shell they were running, that takes Reed Blankenship out of the play just so Bourne can get right in behind him, and Justin Evans is working on his side of the field there. So just a little bit shit like that to clean up, man, and it should be all to the good. All right, listen, we're going to leave off on this note, right? I really want to work with the All-22 because I know they're going to come and try to content ID claim working with this broadcast footage, right? So listen, make sure you support in the channel. Send in that quality support. You know you guys be running around with, you know what I'm saying, my original football sayings and all that, right? You know you be entertained. So listen, if you're entertained, make sure you support quality content and make sure that content continues, all right? Listen, also make sure you sharing this bad boy, because sharing is caring. Message boards, social media, tell them Top Billin is where it's at. This is one of the better plays I think I've seen. This joint was hard right here because it shows very bad technique, and then it shows his athleticism and IQ to be able to get himself back into play. This play right here by Big Play Slay. Look at him. My man is running while looking in the backfield. He just so happens to peek, but look, he's running upfield like he knows what's going on right there, but then he can see the path of the ball, and he's like, oh, wait, what? Look at this right here. If this was a back shoulder fade, if Mac Jones had it like that, Slay is beat. But he puts it up, and Slay is able to get back into the play. He just had to make sure he caught up to the man first, right? You see him no longer looking at the quarterback. He just tries to get to the man and then start tracking. When his eyes was looking, you see Slay's eyes start to look as well. And Slay ends up being the receiver on this one. He almost had himself a pick. That would have been amazing with a pick. It's an amazing PBU, but as a pick, that shit would have been incredible because this was absolutely horrific technique. Inside technique with a receiver that's outside of you. Where they do that at? Not around here. Come on, man. That's crazy. Your boy House Slay, big play Slay right there, making up for it and doing a damn thing right there. So there you have it. Listen, I want to come back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I might get a little restless, but I got to come back with the all-22. We got to look at the offense for sure. The offense, that's something that we didn't see. None of the offensive line we didn't see. We didn't see Jalen Hurts. We barely saw Kenneth Gainwell. Barely saw DeAndre Swift. The worst shit in the world that I absolutely hated. Where the hell was Rashad Penny? This was a Rashad Penny game. You out there in the rain with a Rashad Penny? Dude's more explosive. Like, he's probably more explosive than even Swift. He's a long run speed guy who's 225 pounds. I don't understand what was going on with that. I had a feeling like I was telling people during the thing when people were like, oh, you got some dumbasses coming in here talking about Swift getting all the carries and shit like that. I was like, come on, KG's already on the team. They're going to complement each other. It may be the high hand. I don't know how they're going to do that right there, but that sent a statement to me. Kenneth Gainwell was the lead guy on that in this particular game right here with Swift barely getting any playing time and Rashad Penny a healthy scratch. I don't know. I need to know what's going on with that. If maybe Penny was nicked up or something like that and they're just not saying it. I don't know. That's crazy to me. Rashad Penny is a difference maker. No doubt about that. So we shall see on that. But let me know what you think, man. A lot of shit to work on, but mostly just getting more game reps. Not concerned at all. A win is a win. You win in the Foxborough on Tom Brady Day in the rain in the first game after no preseason for all these guys that I'm showing on the screen pretty much, or some of them have just had a few plays. You still won. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. So let's do it, all right? Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Top Billin is where it's at. As always, man, big salute to everybody out there who supports the channel and supports your boy, Jersey Murph. Shout outs to the entire Mid-Atlantic region. As always, your boy, Jersey Murph, signing off. Let's go.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.